channel. So for today's video, I decided to do a really neutral eye, something that was matte, no shimmer, no sparkle, just something that anybody can wear, and it's also one of my favorite bridal looks to do, so consider that also. But I really had fun doing this, and I've been trying to be a lot more informative in my videos and really trying to make tutorials. And I feel like I, ramble a lot or talk about stuff that doesn't matter, or and not even that, but just like I don't explain myself enough of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, especially for those people who don't do makeup every single day, especially glam. So yeah, I hope I succeeded in doing that in this video. Oh, another thing I wanted to ask you guys, I might just make it like a poll on YouTube, but I feel like I don't have enough followers or like subscribers to do that yet. So I might just do it anyways, but I've been seeing a lot of those videos, like Get Lit With Me, or just like, where they share their favorite like new playlists with you. And I kind of want to do that because I feel like I have such a good range of music taste. Like, I like almost everything, and I kind of want to share that with you guys because there's just songs that I've really been wanting to talk about because I love them so much. And maybe I'm being weird, but I'll tell you right now, my #1 song right now is I Miss You by Julia Michaels and Clean Bandit. In the middle with Maren Morris and Zed. I don't know why those like type of songs right now, like I like them. They're just good. I hope you guys really enjoyed this look I created, and if you want to see how I got it, then just keep watching.
Tears from falling down.
Anyways, I'm just super excited because there's nobody in my house today, and I feel like a lot of the times I hold back in my videos and like I don't really, speak up or act like I actually want to be here because there's people in my house and they're like right outside the door in the kitchen. Okay, so to prime my eyes today, you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and use a real eyeshadow primer. And as most of you know, if you watch my channel, I don't like using eyeshadow primers. I'm a concealer person. I would much rather just conceal my eyelids before shadow and set them with a powder. Just because it's just, I don't know, any type of eyeshadow primer is so silicone-y. And I feel like that's not going to help an eyeshadow. It's different for like foundation. But I do have the Urban Decay, the primer potion. And to set that down, I'm just going to be going in with my Kokie contour palette and using this first shade right there. And I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again and 100 more times. If you use an eyeshadow primer or concealer, prime your eyes at all, make sure to set it down with a powder of some sort, whether that be a translucent setting powder, just a skin-colored eyeshadow, anything. Because if you try to blend a powder shadow on top of something that's creamy or silicone-y, it's going to be patchy and stick to some spots more than others, and it's just not going to be a good blend. So for those of you who have trouble blending, maybe that's why. Make sure you're setting your eyes. Of course, I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill palette. So dipping into the first shade that I'm going to use in the Jaclyn palette, which is this one right here. That's my favorite transition shade to use. And to apply it, I'm just going to be taking this big fluffy tapered blending brush from Morphe. And these were in a brush set, so I don't know the names. But I'm sure that you could find the same one or a very similar one. So I'm just putting this right on my brow bone, right above my crease, and focusing it on the outer corner. And I want to bring it on the lid just a little bit because we really want to focus on making that like V shape today. And I'm just doing windshield wiper motions back and forth with this. And then I'll go in and do circular motions to really blend it out. Like I've also said before, you hold your brush out here, you're going to So if you hold your brush out here, you're going to get a more seamless blend versus if you held it here or, even here, even though you're not touching very hard, that's still more pressure. And for the next color, I'm going to be using this smaller tapered blending brush by Morphe. So the next color I'm going to be taking is, I'm going to take this one right here, which is Pooter. And it's just a nice warm toned brown. It's just a little bit darker than the transition shade. And I really, really want to try and get that nice gradient. So I'm just going to ease into the darker colors more than I normally would. And I just want to put that right underneath of where we put Silk Cream. And drag it into the inner corner a little bit, but not too much. And then I'm just going to pat some on the outer corner here. Okay, and for the next shade, I'm going to be using Chip, which is this one right here. And with this one, you really only want to keep it out on the outer corner. We're not going to drag it in hardly at all. But remember, we really want to get that C shape, that CV, whatever you want to say, right in here. So you really want to focus all of your color on the outer corner. Okay, and I'm going to be taking an even smaller brush for this next part. And that is this small angle, fluffy Mica Cosmetics brush. And I know I usually use it for the lower lash line, but I really want to get detailed in the outer corner. But I still want the brush to be fluffy enough so that it's not super harsh, because we will need to be blending it out. But I'm going to be taking Abyss, which is the black in this palette right down here. And I know black is a very scary color to work with, but if you just go in little by little and make sure you're blending out every time and tapping off the excess on your brush, it'll go fine. So I just want to, I'm going to hold it at an angle, like the same angle that like my eyeliner would go. And I just want to pat that in the outer corner. And see, I barely put any on my brush at all, so it's really faint right now. I'm just going to kind of pack that on there and really start to form that C shape. And you can drag it up a little tiny bit into the crease, but you don't want to go past like the halfway mark. And my goal isn't to make this too dark. And I know, don't worry, it looks really harsh right now, but we're going to go back in and blend that out later. I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so now that we have that on there and it looks really, really scary, I'm just going to go back in with that smallest brush that we used with no product on it. I even wiped it off a little bit. And lightly, I'm just going to go over the edges of the black and really blend that out. But I'm going to take a little bit of that black on the tip of this tiny, tiny brush. And I'm going to blend it up a little bit more into the crease. Just so that we can tell that it's there when your eyes are open. I'm going to take this shade right here. And, you know, I'm actually going to take it on this really small, flat Morphe brush. And I'm going to put it on my lid. And I'm really going to blend that into the black. That's all for the eyeshadow on the top of the lids. So I'm going to go in with my eyelash curler. So I'm going to curl my lashes. And then for mascara today, I think I'll just use my Kokie Volume and Length again. I'm just going to pop my lashes on off of camera. And the ones that I'm wearing they're the Ardell Faux Mink lashes in 811. This is what they look like. And took my hair out because it looked kind of crusty. And I also added a little bit of this Essence eyeliner to my top lashes just to blend my lashes in a little bit more. And this is the Essence Superfine eyeliner pen, and this is what it looks like. I really like this. It's really wet and nice, and the tip is super fine. Also, if you see any rummaging behind me, that's Zoe again making an appearance. This is Daya. She was a twin, but unfortunately her twin sister actually passed away the other day for unknown reasons. I don't know what happened. And unfortunately, Again, one of my rats died today. I don't know why, but my pets are dropping like flies, and it's actually really sad. My rat was old, so I kind of expected it, but Tara, Daya's twin, it was totally unexpected, and nobody really knows how it happened or why, but there's a new foundation routine that I've been really loving lately, ever since I got this 24 karat serum by Physicians Formula. I use it under my primer, and that might seem like a lot of layers of makeup, but it sinks right into your skin, and you could really use this as a moisturizer if you wanted to. But I've been really liking my skin to be super glowy, but since my skin is kind of oily, I like to have that glowy look without the oils, and this is a perfect thing for that. I think this is like 12 bucks, but I highly recommend this, and I feel like this would work good on all skin types. I am going to use my Physicians Formula Spotlight. I have so much hair in my mouth! I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula Spotlight Primer because I have been using my Fenty foundation just to try and see if I can make it work for me, and I have. I really do like it. I think I might need a little bit darker shade, and maybe that's like one of the reasons that I didn't like it very much. But I seen that Tarte did a review on the Rimmel 25-hour foundation, and I've had this for a while, and I spoke about it here on my channel a few times before on how much I loved it, but I haven't tried it with this primer yet, so I'm gonna give that a shot today. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with my foundation, and this is in the shade 100 Ivory. I actually haven't used this in a minute. I'm super excited to use it with this primer. I'm just going to blend that out with my damp beauty blender. So now for concealer, I'm just going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape like always. And I just wanted to tell you guys, like, I'm trying to be more informative in my videos because I know a lot of people that watch my videos probably aren't super familiar with how to do makeup. So the next thing I'm going to do is bake my under eyes, and yes, I'm going to bake today. I really haven't been doing that lately. I've just been kind of just setting it and going, and I'm also going to try to put all the products that I have in my collection to use, because I know I tend to use the same stuff over and over again. So today, instead of using my beloved Color FX powder, I'm going to be baking with my Coty Airspun, and it's been a while since I brought this onto my channel, and all I want to say is it smells like an old lady's ass. So I'm going to be using this little makeup wedge to apply that. My friend actually introduced me to baking like this because you can get really close up under your eye. And when it comes to baking or setting your face, you just really want to focus all of that powder on places that you put your concealer so that doesn't crease or move around. But you want to, pack on the powder in places that you get oily or makeup tends to slide around on you or anything like that. And I know that might seem like common sense, but for people who don't do their makeup, especially this glam on a day-to-day basis, they really don't know that. And as you can see, some spots I'm baking and some spots I'm just sort of packing the powder onto. And that's because places that don't really, tend to crease or get oily on me as much, I'm just going to pat the powder in instead of leaving it sit. Because really baking, not only is it for preventing creasing or anything like that, but it is also to brighten more. And I really just wanted my under eyes to be bright instead of, here and here, as to other places. So I'm just going to let that sit, and I'm going to do my brows off camera really quick, And then when we get back, I will dust this bake away and we can continue with the rest of the face. Brows are on, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I always struggle with my brows. Like, I just never think that they look great. And like other people's do. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I mean, I guess they look okay now. By the way, I used my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe, like usual. But another, like a dupe, I guess you could say, for the brow or the brow definer, the one that's like a triangle shape, is this Maybelline Total Temptation brow pencil. This works really well. It's the same. It's like the same shape as the brow definer. Just a fun fact. So anyhow, to get the show on the road, I'm going to take my Luxie 660 brush and dust away that powder. Alright, so to quickly finish up the rest of the face, so this video isn't 10 years long for contour. You know what, I'm going to bronze and I'm going to contour today. Because I feel like sometimes, I mean, well, most of the time, I just do a contour. I don't really bronze my face before I do that because I just feel like it's kind of unnecessary. But because I'm trying to be different and do things that I wouldn't normally do to spruce up my looks a little, I'm going to be using this NYC Sun and Bronze bronzing powder, and it looks just like this. There is a little bit of shimmer in it. This is what it looks like. It's not like super shimmery, but it is glowy sort of. So usually for bronzer, my favorite brush to use is this huge Real Techniques brush, and this is just, it's just the powder brush is what it's called. So I'm just going to take some of that, swirl it around in there. You know, I always get freaked out with like bronzers that have shimmer in them, or like blushes that have shimmer in them, but I don't know why, because they look really good. Like, they are super pretty. Which is exactly why I wanted to use this, because I'm trying to broaden my horizons and like stuff that I wouldn't normally use. So for contour, I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm going to be taking my fluffy angled brush right here. Ooh, there's hair. Alright, so now we're looking nice and bronzed. I'm going to use a different blush today. It's not going to be a Tarte Amazonian Clay blush. And it is the Bellapiere Cosmetics blush, Mineral Blush in Autumn Glow. I have used this in a couple of my videos before, but I'm just going to be using my Luxie 514 brush. And by the way, Luxie has such great brushes. Like, I'm going to need to get more. But this blush is a loose pigment, like a loose blush. But it's so pretty because it has it's just the right, like, peachy, like, apricot tone to it. And it just has a little bit of glow. It's not, like, shimmery or, like, there's no glitters in it. It just looks really healthy on the skin, and I really, really like it. And I always forget about this. I don't know why. It's just in my drawer. I never take it out. For highlighter, I'm going to be using another loose product. And this is the Mica Cosmetics highlighter in number 3. I have used this before in a couple of videos, maybe just 1 or 2. It's just a really, really pretty, like, oh, more hair. Soft gold highlight, and it does have little tiny micro glitters in it, but honestly, I'm not even mad at a glittery highlight anymore. Like, I'm really not. I haven't applied a loose highlight with my beauty sponge yet, so I'm going to. I'm going to see what happens. Yikes, it's a lot. I am just going to take that, where is it? My favorite Morphe brush, which is this flat one right here, and I'm going to dip into that black in the Jaclyn palette, and very, very little. I'm going to dip into it, and I'm going to pat it as close to my lashes on the lower lash line as possible. I don't want to blend it out. I don't want to bring it down anymore. And I want it to be more prominent on the outer corner, and I'm just going to kind of like fade it into the inner corner. Now taking my Morphe fluffy pencil brush, I'm going to dip into Silk Cream, which is the first our transition shade that we used. And I'm going to take that right underneath that black. Okay, and for my lower lash line, I'm going to be using, and for my mascara for the lower lashes, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Great Lash, which is what I've been really loving to use for my lower lashes lately. Okay, so that wraps up the entire face. I'm just going to set my face really quick with my Morphe setting spray. Oh, so that must be running out or something because it just sprayed me so hard in the face. And this is the ILUVSARAHHIII in Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in 951. Alright, so this is the final look. Alright guys, so that completes this look today. I hope I was really informative and actually, you know, made a good like tutorial out of this video. I tend to go off track a lot and ramble and stuff, but I feel like I just have so much to say, and I know a lot of it I probably have already said before, but I'm really bad about that, so you're just gonna have to bear with it. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video today. I really like how this look turned out. It's really nice and neutral and matte, and there's no sparkle or shimmer or anything, not even a brow bone highlight. So I'm pretty proud, and I really like how it turned out, and I feel like these lashes are so perfect for a look like this because they're very natural, but they still give you that like glam effect of having lashes on. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!